Hi my dolls, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a room box. I do have an inspiration picture, and basically what I did was go onto Pinterest and see what other people did basically. And then I picked out the easiest one for pretty much any novice to make, and we're gonna go with that one. Now previously on my shorts I did review, like a mini review of one of those boxes you get from Hobby Lobby. You can get those if you don't want to like decorate the room, or you know, with colors and everything. The box is already set up in that way. However, if you want full customization, you could do it this way. Now, some things to note, or the things that you will need. Like I said, you will obviously need the foam board. I'm using a 20 by 30 inch piece. Sometimes they come 20 by 28 inches, so be careful if you're following along with my design. You will also need a, what is this called? A picture frame of your choice. I would prefer an 8 by 10, but I don't have an 8 by 10, so we're gonna go with 5 by 7, and I'm actually gonna use this one that I painted white like a long time ago. So yeah, if you can find one that's already white, great. So then I have this little tape to make the grid lines on the glass. This is just some washi tape. So yeah, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Now I'm going to go over the measurements with you. Please pay close attention. You know what they say, measure twice, cut once. I mess up measurements all the time, not gonna lie. So basically what you're gonna do is take your foam board, and then you're going to cut or draw the line 9 inches from this side. So between here and here is 9 inches. And then go on the other side and do 9 inches. Okay? From there to there is 9 inches. All right. So at the bottom and top, you're gonna do 3 inches all the way across. So you're gonna do the same thing at the top, 3 inches all the way across. Now, this is where it gets kind of tricky. On this 9-inch line, you're gonna come out and do 1/4 of an inch by 3 inches. So basically, if you have one of these little 3-inch rulers, that's your 9-inch line, and then you're gonna come out like 1/4 of an inch by the 3 inches. You're going to do that on this side as well, and you're gonna do it at the top on each side of the 9-inch line. This is very important because when you cut the board and you turn in the walls, they need something to attach to. So this is why, as you can see, like I've colored it to make sure I don't cut this off. Why isn't this focusing? There we go. I've colored this in to make sure I don't cut it off. Now, the next thing you need to do is go and label what you're cutting and what you're scoring. Okay? So be sure. Is that a bug? Yes. So score here. Oh yeah. So in between, it should be 12 inches. Okay. You're gonna score this line at the bottom and at the top. And then in between the floor and the ceiling should be 14 inches about. These foam boards are always a little bit off, so just do it according to the foam board. However, you're just gonna score on this side, and you're gonna score the line on this side. Now you're gonna cut everything else. See how you mark where you're gonna cut? Now keep in mind, we're gonna be using the cutoff parts for the built-in. So yeah, make sure you're cutting in a way that's gonna get the most bang for your buck. So, or in the way that's gonna be easiest for you. So yeah, because this is what I'm saying. You might want to cut off this piece as a whole piece, which means you won't cut this line on this section of it. Or you might want to cut out this piece as a whole piece. It just depends on what you want to do. So yeah. So everyone pause the video and cut out and score. So here is the result of all the cutting and scoring, and now I will just demonstrate why we needed these little tabs to stay on there. So basically when you fold in the sides like this, okay, if you cut those off at the same mark as you do everything else, then you won't have anything for this wall to sit on, because you need to secure that to the floor, and also you need to secure it to the ceiling. When I say secure, you can use hot glue gun, of course, or if you're scared of the hot glue gun for whatever reason, feel free to use some duct tape right there or some packaging tape. Okay, you have my blessing. Could you extend the floor using the other pieces you cut off? Sure. Could you technically make the box wider? Sure. But remember, we're doing the easiest thing for the novices, and I think if you make all the measurements as exact as possible, you can take this little module and just insert it into rooms and doll scenes as you need it. And that would be harder to do if it seemed like it was part of its own room instead of just being a prop. A few options to think about before we get started with the simple project is you can take this wall that is technically the same size as the side walls and cut it in half and make into an L shape and put it right there, so it looks like a piece of a wall is like coming out, and it gives your room some dimension. I'll insert a picture of what I'm talking about right now. Okay, so the reason I didn't do that one is because, again, we're doing the simplest one for you all, okay? So now let's talk about the little bench part. The bench is probably going to be 3 by 3, okay? 3 inches tall with a 3-inch thing right there, just so it matches up with the walls. And, you know, for the sake of consistency, whatever I just tried to say. Now, since it's going to come up 3 inches, that's how you're going to decide where to put your, what is this called? Your window. Okay. So I would say probably about there. You can always also do like vertical if you want, so that way you have some room to put some picture frames on the side or whatever, what have you. But if you want the window to like take up everything, all the space, you can do like this. So yeah. Now, second thing, for the simplest way to do it, you would just glue this here, put a picture in the frame, a picture of sky or whatever. If you go in the craft paper aisle in Hobby Lobby, there's like sky craft paper. However, you can also do a picture of outside. You can take your own picture of outside and do that. Or to me, you can go to Dollar Tree, get a calendar, you know, a seasonal calendar, and just pick out a picture of like the beach or something, or the outside seasons or whatever, stick it in there and glue it right on that wall. Okay, I advise you don't just do hot glue on that part, because this is very slick. So yeah, but if you want to do hot glue, go right ahead. I don't care, do hot glue. So yeah, that's the simplest part to me. Now I'm gonna do a cutout, and I'm gonna put the washi tape on the grids because I don't have a calendar, and my printer, I got mad and unplugged it because it didn't want to print the other day. So I don't even think I can go on Canva and make something up and print that out. So I'm gonna do the washi tape grid lines on the glass. So yeah. Okay, I have my window installed. I'm not gonna lie, I eyeballed those grid lines on there. So yeah, hopefully it is looking straight because that's what we're working with. How did I measure this from this? I put like about 1 inch from the frame just to keep it simple for myself. But if you think, whatever you think is a good distance is fine. So yeah, let's go down to the floor. I did measure 1 inch from the edge because that's where my shelf is gonna go. Or I should say like the backing to my shelf. So basically, I'm gonna put something right here because otherwise it would be too deep. And I chose 1 inch because when I make books that are 1 inch. And I don't want my books to be shoved to the back of the shelf where the shadows and things are gonna have it where it's barely being seen. So yeah, I'm thinking in my head, like, I wonder if I could have like 2 shelves on this thing, but we're just gonna keep it simple, keep it to the 1 shelf. But yeah, so this is gonna be the base of your thingamabob, your shelf, which would mean you need like this to be like 2 inches instead of 3 for the top. That's what I'm saying. For the top, it needs to be 2 inches instead of 3. So keep that in mind. But yeah, go ahead and glue this down and also the sides. Yeah, no, the top part of that is not coming out to 2 inches. It is 3 inches. So yeah, I have to cut another 3-inch part and put that on top. But for the shelving dividers, I just use 1-inch by 3-inch strips. So y'all just go ahead and glue this on the top. I had a strange idea to make it openable. So I put a thing of packaging tape like right there so that if I ever needed to transport it somewhere, I could just put all the books under there. But yeah. And be careful because I did get some gapping right there. So yeah, be careful of that. Now I do have another 3 by 12-inch piece that I'm going to cover now with some fabric. Okay, we're just about done with the project. It looks really good, I must say. Now I have covered a few pieces of foam board with some fabric. And this is just a napkin from Hobby Lobby. So I like that one. It's a green stripe. And then I can remove that one if I'm filling a blue moment. And you can make this as thick as you want. I can even take those like sponges because I left such a gap right here. I can take those sponges and cover that. So that way you can, there's some versatility you can do. I also have this like neutral gingham or plaid, and that looks really good for like a neutral moment. This might go good for like a nursery scene. So yeah, let's go and put our books on now. I did end up making some more books down here, but to take up even more space, I just did a few of them for face outs, which is just like a little library trick. Even whenever we had books that would like check out and the shelf got kind of sparse, you would just face some books to take up the space and make it look full. So I have her reading a little light novel right there. I have the read more books, the little Mattel kitty, and some plants right there. And there's a light behind here so you can see the what is that, grass wall, whatever, I don't know, words, what are words, I don't even know. So yeah, I would say all in all you can get a foam board from Dollar Tree for $125. Even if it's 20 by 28, you can still get this room box out of it. The window you can get for $125. And like I said, if you want to buy a calendar, I did go to Dollar Tree today It's not 125 anymore, they're 150 because games. Okay. And then what else? Oh yeah, so the fabric, you can get some fabric from Dollar Tree for 125. So all in all, this might run you like $5, maybe a little more, but you can easily get this under $5 by not buying the calendar, or even buying the cloud craft paper, scrapbook paper, I mean, from, what's that one called? Hobby Lobby. And there's like sales all the time, so a 59-cent piece of paper might cost 40% off. So you can get this project under $5. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be labeling this as. Now obviously I'm not talking about the books, but you will have enough foam board left over to even make books. So yeah, so like this video if you like this project. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.